I'm Tammy Mastroberte, founder of Elevated Existence and publisher and editorial director of Elevated Existence magazine. And this is our first cookbook review segment. So we kind of came up with this idea because, a lot of times if you're browsing for a cookbook online, it's very hard to figure out what exactly does it look like inside. Are there pictures? Are there ingredients that I'm going to use? Am I actually going to utilize this cookbook? I personally usually go to a store and like to flip through unless I really know the person. I bought their cookbooks before and I kind of know what they're about. So this is our first installment. We have 3 cookbooks we're going to show you today. One from Kris Carr, one from Dr. Hyman, is a brand new this month, and then one from KarmaChow.com founder Melissa Costello. So let's get right to it. The first cookbook we have is called, it's from Kris Carr, Crazy Sexy Kitchen. I marked off some pages I want to show you. So if you're not familiar with Kris Carr, her work really is about, she calls her kitchen her pharmacy. So when we want to live an elevated existence, that includes our body. It includes the food we put into our body to use as fuel and to kind of keep our body healthy and running properly and free from any disease. So she actually, if you're not familiar, her background is that she was actually diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. It was inoperable, there was no treatments for it, but the good news is it was a slow-moving cancer. So she revamped her whole lifestyle and really did so much research into what causes the body to move toward disease and what is actually good and healthy for the body. So her book, Crazy Sexy Diet, which I read cover to cover, and she's honestly the reason I started juicing myself and incorporating green juice into my lifestyle. If you're not familiar with that, she actually gives you a primer in this cookbook, which she partnered with the Whole Foods chef, the head chef of Whole Foods, Chef Chad Sarno. And this actually came out in October of 2012. Now, if you are somebody who is vegan, gluten-free, or really into plant-based eating, this is definitely the cookbook for you. If you're not, it's still fantastic. If you're any one of those things that I explained, this is still a cookbook that you would enjoy. So again, she kind of opens it up with, and she has different guest authors in it, and guest chefs as well. And she opens it up with her Crazy Sexy Kitchen lifestyle, which crazy means forward thinking, which I love. Sexy is empowered, and kitchen equals pharmacy. So really it's about finding the medicine for your body, for your ailments, for anything that's really wrong in your kitchen. So she starts it off again with a background. Again, if you're not familiar, the Crazy Sexy Diet, lifestyle, and philosophy. She kind of gives you the 180-degree look at her lifestyle. And then she moves into the preparation. So this gives you a lot of kind of what the tools you need, some of the ingredients that you might need, to actually make the recipes that are in the cookbook, which is always fantastic. You always kind of want to know what you're getting into and what you're going to need to make the actual recipes. And then the fourth course, she gets into the recipes. Now, one of the things she's like I said, she turned me on to juicing. So one of the things she's really known for is a lot of her juice recipes. So she, of course, includes some green juice and some other different types of juices. There's even a recipe for nut milk in here, which is great. I'm a big almond milk person myself. And then breakfast. So, of course, I had to mark off some of my favorites. Breakfast, she actually has a recipe for French toast with amaretto cream, which sounds decadent, amazing, something you would order in a resort somewhere, but very simple and easy to make. The amaretto cream itself is only raw cashews, coconut milk, non-dairy milk, amaretto liqueur, some vanilla extract, agave, and sea salt. Very easy to make, nothing too crazy or complicated. And then she has snacks and appetizers. She has a lot of different main dishes as well. Another one of my favorites is the warm kale and the quinoa salad, which I'm big into quinoa lately. And this is very simple to make. It's really just quinoa, water, shredded kale, some pine nuts or slivered almonds, some either currants, raisins, or cranberries, lemon juice, olive oil, sea salt to taste, and healthy ground black pepper. So again, nothing too crazy, not ingredients you've never heard of, but all healthful. Quinoa is an excellent, it's one of the grains that really is a pure form of protein. So that's fantastic. And then one of my favorite sections is the dressings, marinades, and condiments. Now she does include pictures in here for some of them, which you saw with the breakfast recipe, not for everything. But she includes some different marinades, a basic Italian dressing, garlic tahini dressing, Nana's marinara, which looks fantastic and yummy, and this is actually one of Chef Chad's Nana, the recipe that he got from her. And garlic herb butter, which is fantastic. And again, all vegan, all plant-based, all gluten-free. So if you're on just a gluten-free diet, this is excellent for you. And also, cashew pine nut regatta. And then, of course, you know, you have to have some desserts. So there's ice creams and sorbets in here. There's even a recipe for, this looks amazing. I have to show you this. The raw apple spiced rum shortcake with maple vanilla glaze. Fantastic, and that's an awesome picture in there. So she covers your desserts in here also, and like I said, what I really like about it is it's all healthful ingredients. It follows her lifestyle. She got together with, I mean, who better than the person who, you know, deals with Whole Foods and their recipes. And so I'm just really, I'm in love with this book. I think it has a lot of great stuff in it. So I just wanted to be able to actually show that to you in person and recommend that. And then now here's a cookbook I like fell in love with instantly. I actually reviewed for the magazine online. So it was an ebook format when I first got it. And this is called the Karma Chow Ultimate Cookbook. So it's in paperback form, and it's written by the founder of Karma Chow. She's a nutritionist. Her name is Melissa Costello. She also happens to be the personal chef to fitness guru Tony Horton, who's the creator of P90X. And this is also all 125 plant-based vegan recipes for a fit, happy, healthy you. There are so many recipes in this. Now, first of all, I have to do a shout out as somebody in publishing to the graphic designer, because the pictures in this book are so amazing, and the recipes are again, they're very easy. They're ingredients you've heard of. They're simple. There's nothing, you know, I'm not a big cook, I have to say. My sister's the cook in my family. I'm not a big cook. But these are easy recipes. I look for recipes that are not gonna take me 12,000 steps and you know, 20 different ingredients and 3 hours to make. That's not my thing. If that's your thing, God bless. That's just not my thing. So the reason I love this cookbook is because there's recipes that you can understand. They're easy ingredients. If you're new to the vegan lifestyle, fantastic. Even if you're not into the vegan lifestyle, you will love the recipes in this book. I mean, if you have meat eaters and dairy lovers in your family, they will still love the recipes in this book. So I marked off some of my favorite and some I think that I'm sure you'd like to see. This is the banana chocolate chip minis. Again, vegan, completely good for you, healthy. She also always includes a little information and some healthy tips throughout for different ingredients. And then in the beginning, she even talks about her own lifestyle and gives you some information on, she grew up on processed foods and dairy and meats and all these different things, and then started to kind of look into healthful living and make the switch herself. So she talks about her own migration over to vegan and plant-based eating. And so then the other recipe I marked off, banana chia pancakes with coconut cream sauce. Amazing, amazing. And we know that chia seeds themselves have been getting so much play lately as having more omega-3s than flax seeds, and they're fantastic for you as well. Now this, I have to tell you, the cherry chocolate smoothie. I've made this twice in the past week. It's fantastic. It's literally just coconut water, almond milk, frozen organic cherries, a ripe banana, raw cacao powder, maca powder, which is a superfood and really good for energizing, and blue agave, dark blue agave nectar. And you just throw it in a blender and you go, and it's fantastic. You will literally want to lick the blender. I'm not even kidding you. It's so good. So this is a big one. I've been telling a lot of people about this. I even put it out on my Twitter and was telling people about it. If you can follow me at @ElevatedTammy on Twitter. Now of course she has breakfast and lunch and a lot of different things, a lot of different sections. Everybody always has snacks and desserts and stuff like that. So one of her salads that I really like, and again she includes these little chef tips, is the wild rice salad with balsamic maple dressing. Again, balsamic maple, she caught me there because that sounds amazing. So this is one of my other favorites in the book. And then I marked off pasta and meatballs, which is very cool. As growing up as an Italian, I appreciate the pasta and the meatballs, which actually don't have meat in them. So that's very cool. So there's a lot of main dishes in here as well. And then this also is one of my favorites. I love sweet potatoes or yams. So this is mashed coconut yams with cardamom. Again, notice only 4 ingredients in the recipe. Thank you. So it's garnet yams, large garnet yams, full fat canned coconut milk, cardamom, and salt. That's it. Fantastic. Thank you. Love it. And then, let's see, another great side dish is the blissed out herb roasted taters. So again, what I like about her is she puts these little tips on the bottom. So this is a karmic health tip where she says red potatoes or red bliss potatoes contain the lowest amount of sugar of any potato. So they won't spike your blood sugar like the white potatoes, which I had no idea. So that was fantastic to find that out. And so again, then she goes into desserts, black bean brownie bites, chocolate chip avocado pudding. I've been obsessed with making avocado pudding lately because I've always been a big dessert person. Peanut butter cookies, truffles, chocolatey rice crispy thingies. Come on, fantastic. And so again, I'm honestly obsessed with this cookbook. I've been showing people this cookbook. I'm going through it myself just to find different recipes and make different recipes myself. So this is a big recommendation, especially vegan. And also, I should also say gluten-free. There's a lot of gluten-free options in here. So if you are gluten-free, this is definitely still for you if you're doing a gluten-free diet. So the last cookbook I have to show you today is New This Month by Dr. Mark Hyman, who again is one of my favorite authors. His book, Ultra Prevention, one of my favorite books. I highly recommend if you're looking to eat for health, if you're looking to eat for nutrition and for fueling your body and for even reversing disease that you may already have. Ultra Prevention, he's fantastic. But he did come out with a book called the Blood Sugar Solution, which was all about really people. It was basically for people who want to lose weight but are dealing with like pre-diabetes, so they have a little bit of insulin resistance, or even people who actually have full-blown diabetes too, to reverse it. So he came out with that actual book, and then this is the follow-up to it, which is the cookbook. So it has more than 175 ultra-tasty recipes for total health and weight loss. So so basically, you don't have to either be losing weight or pre-diabetes to enjoy this cookbook. First of all, let me state that. Second of all, what he does do in the cookbook is he breaks up, so there's a quiz in here to see where you're at in terms of your own sugar and insulin levels and you know, possible disease and how it leads to different diseases. There's a quiz in here. And then he breaks up the cookbook into almost 3 sections. So there's a section which is called the basic plan. So if you don't have diabetes yet, but you kind of have some of the symptoms where maybe you could be leading down the road to illness in the future, there's a basic plan, and he has a bunch of recipes filled out into that. Then he has what he calls the advanced plan, which is somebody who really already has type 2 diabetes and is looking to gain control of it and actually reverse it. And then in the back, he has recipes for like the reintroduction. So that would be after following this for 6 to 12 weeks, you can start reintroducing maybe some gluten or some dairy or some different things in moderation, even sugar in moderation. So there's 3 different sections. Now, if you're not having a problem with this and you're just looking for healthful eating, you can pick from any of the sections. They're fantastic. So let me just show you a little bit about this. Some of the recipes. Now, this is not a big picture lover cookbook because there's only really some pictures in the center here where he shows you some of the different recipes. But the recipes are, again, they're easy. They're not too complicated. So you almost don't even really miss the pictures. They're very common sense type of recipes. So for here, he of course offers some smoothies. So this is the raspberry banana cream pie smoothie, which is just blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, banana, almonds, walnuts, and he of course puts superfoods in there like spirulina powder and green powder, which are fantastic. So that's one of my favorite recipes in this book for the smoothie. And then healing chicken soup, which, I mean, personally, I like to have chicken soup just on hand in the freezer all the time because you never know. But this is actually an amazing recipe, and he even says in the intro, it really allows you to combine different ingredients into a healing potion, which is ginger, curry powder, and lemon juice, along with vegetables and chicken, provide an anti-inflammatory, detoxifying, healing medicine for the body and for the soul. So this recipe is fantastic. Then there's sweet potato burgers. Again, I just told you I'm a big sweet potato fan. I'm a big yam fan. So these look fantastic, and again, not crazy to make. And he even gives you a little recipe here for some tahini dressing, which is tahini paste, lemon, and some garlic. Fantastic. I love tahini. I love hummus, all that kind of stuff. So that looks really good. Again, like I said, he breaks it up into sections. So this would be like the advanced plan. So if you are dealing with type 2 diabetes, or you're really dealing with some insulin resistance issues already in your life, he has recipes in here for that. Some of those that I picked out were the baked salmon cakes. I do love salmon, so if you do eat fish, this is a great recipe for that uses actually grapeseed oil and cooked salmon, or even canned wild salmon, and some very simple ingredients, again, that aren't anything too crazy. I'm always big on things that are not complicated. Most of us are always busy. We don't have time. We don't want to do it. We want to be able to make things ahead. He even talks about in here how you can make things if you want to cook on Sundays and Wednesdays and then have things for the rest of the week. I'm big on that. I love to cook things on weekends and then plan out my week through that way, so I'm not going crazy in the kitchen, breakfast, lunch, dinner, trying to make things. Some of the side dishes that I really liked were the asparagus with roasted garlic, olive oil, and red onions. So that sounds so good. And then, as I explained, there's the reintroduction phase. So this would be like reintroducing a little bit, if you cut out the dairy, if you cut out the gluten, you completely cut out the sugar. He even has you cutting out the agave and sugar substitutes. So this would be like the reintroduction phase. And he has a variety of different recipes in here also. Some dips and guilt-free cauliflower pizza bites, which sound fantastic. And then he has a dessert section in this area. So this would be the reintroduction: dark chocolate silk pudding, fun frozen pops, chocolate nut cake. And then in the back there's a whole list of different resources, and he even tells you like the different brands that he recommends, which I always appreciate when somebody says, if you go to a nutritionist or you hear from different people and you say, okay, well, what brand do you use? So he even gives you like what he likes for organic, if you're going to buy organic, frozen, and canned foods. He likes Pacific Foods, Imagine Foods, Cascadian Farm, Produce, Earthbound Farm. So I like all of that. He gives all recommendations for that in here. So this, again, is fantastic. If you're a fan of him and you read his Blood Sugar Solution book, this is the fantastic cookbook to go with it. If you're not familiar with it, like I said, it just has great healthful recipes. I'm a big fan of him. I wish he lived closer to me. He works out of Boston. He's fantastic. His books are fantastic. If you're new to him, I definitely recommend Ultra Prevention, starting with that, because that book, she goes very much along with Kris Carr's philosophy also. So if you like that, you'll definitely like this. So those are just 3 to get us started. If there's any books that you might have either been interested in or that you love and you would love for us to share with other people, leave comments here, or you can email editor@elevatedexistence.com and we can look into them. And there's so many new books that are coming out, so we'll definitely be doing more of these segments. And thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you'll enjoy some of these cookbooks and go out and get them, because, like I said, they're some of my favorites. And here's to elevated cooking. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.